Okay, quick update as to what's been happening. First off, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on the camera because obviously this is the first video since I've done it, but I've changed all my lights in garage. I've put LED strips up, took the old fluorescent ones down, and it is so much fucking brighter and whiter in here. But also obviously I've been ordering bits, you know. In the last thing I measured up, ordered a set of forks. Well, forks have actually come. Well, not forks, the new stanchions. No, new stanchions have turned up. But I've not just been, I haven't done anything on the trike while, apart from I put the front wheel in properly so that I could wheel it forward while I was fitting my new lights. But I've been having a ratch in my loft. So there's a couple of updates here which I'll show you. I have a box full of bits up in my loft, in like in here, for making brake lines. There's a couple of bits I had to buy. Like I bought a new 4-way adapter and oh, there it is. I was going to say, I'm sure I put it in here. A new brake light switch, and I'm going to make up. So I ratched out my brake line. This is PTFE brake line, stainless braided stuff. I thought I had a lot more than that, but I haven't. I'm hoping I've got enough to do what I want to do. But I've got a load of fittings in there as well. There's more fittings in there than I need. It's just, I don't know what I'm going to use it yet until I start doing it. So I got them, but I also ordered these. These weren't just up in the loft. I ordered these pair of handbrake cables, which you can cut to suit what your own lengths are. I looked everywhere for a decent set of handbrake cable kit. I should have said for a handbrake cable kit that you could modify. And in the end I got these from the place where I actually bought the handbrake calipers. I might have to change the battery as well in a second. Yeah, so ordered new handbrake cables, which have arrived. Ordered new forks, fork legs, etc. that have arrived. Ratched these out. But while I was ratcheting for these, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly change the battery on this camera and I'll come back, because something very interesting to me happened while I was looking for all this lot in the loft. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Right. Yeah, as I say, while I was upstairs in my loft looking for these, I have got so much stuff up in that loft that half of the stuff I don't even know what's in there. And obviously the next thing's going to prove that. So yeah, ratcheting for them. I'll just stick these back over here. I knew I had all that stuff obviously, or otherwise I wouldn't have gone looking for it. But while I was ratcheting, came across this bag. And on it is written Harley fork stop kit, big twin. And at first I thought, what the fuck's that? When I looked, it's, can you remember when I was putting these yokes in and I was saying I need to make a plate to go in there for a fork stop? This, I had to rack my brain for a while because I kept thinking, when have I ordered that sort of thing? It actually came as part of a yoke kit. I was putting new headstock bearings and stuff, a new set of yokes on mate's chop, and this thing, like, we're talking like 12-inch over forks on it. It's a proper hardtail long chopper, As I say, I was putting new headstock bearings in and everything, and the yokes that he bought came with all this kit. And the way it works, now I've actually measured this as well. When I found it, I come down and measured it against my old bearing race. The way it works is obviously that screws in to the bottom yoke. This is the bottom race. And if I turn it, you can see it's got a bit on it there, which when they go together goes in, and it's like an internal fork stop. I forgot I had that. In fact, I need to go through all my stuff up there because I'd probably fucking sell it all and make a fortune. There's obviously another dust cover, and the screw, I don't know if these screws fit yet, like, but the screws that come with the kit that screw into there, and I'm hoping, I haven't tried it yet obviously because the forks are still on, I'm hoping that this is going to fit onto here because it'll save me an arse of a job making a new fork stop kit for it. So that was just pure luck finding that. So, but when we get the forks off, I'll be able to see if it's going to fit. What else has been going on? Obviously, because I've been looking for stuff and ordering stuff for the back end, once I've got these forks done and the front wheel back in, I'm going to go back and start working on the back end. I also need to fabricate some mud guards. Now I have bought mud guards, but it was before I bought the wheels. So, as you can see there, the mud guard's about 3 inch too narrow for the wheel. So what I'm going to do, because these have got an ever so slight curve over the mud guard, turn that camera a bit, sort of see myself waving my arm, but yeah, these are very, 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 very slightly curved. I mean, you can hardly tell, it looks flat, but it actually isn't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the centre out, and I've got some steel, and I'll cut whatever I cut out of here, I'll cut a strip 3 inch wider, and then it's all to weld back in. And then obviously get it to where I want it, sort of thing, and there's some stairs to mount it on and all that, so that's something that's coming. Down there. So I bought a new MIG set as well, MIG welder. I don't do a lot of MIG welding, but for that sort of thing the MIG's dead handy. So I bought a MIG set which is in a box down here. I'll be going to get a bottle of gas for that tomorrow. I also had the chance, this isn't new, oh, wrong button, don't know if you'll be able to see, can't see it myself, right, I'll just zoom in a bit, oh you can see it's there, I'll just leave that there a sec. Got myself a pillar drill. Now this is second hand, but it's like frigging new. From what I got told, I've tested it, I've used it before I bought it, but from what I got told it's only been used 5 or 6 times. So I got chance of that for next to nothing. So I thought, right, I'm having it. The rest of it's over here. Zoom back out. Yeah, the rest of it's over there. Like, because it's the stand, when you stand in front of it, it's sort of like this bit here is up here. It's like a proper full size pillar drill. And I have got a pillar drill, but it's down there, and it's one you sit on a bench. but whenever I need to use it, it's always usually surrounded by crap and I can't be asked to dig it out. That one, I'll just have it set up somewhere and I can just go to it. I'm sure I've got something else. No, I can't think of now. No, I can't think of now. Right, so that's the update of what's been going on while I've been waiting for me forks to come, etc. So what we're going to do today, we're going to concentrate on, we'll take these forks back out and strip them down. And I'll get the camera out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it in two different, I'm going to do each fork leg differently. Well, I'm not going to do them differently, but I'm just going to do it two ways, if you know what I mean. So one I'll do while it's in this yoke, and then the other I'll just take out and I'll use the old yokes that I took off, just to show you a couple of tricks. So if your yokes are on the bike, you can do it that way. If you've already taken your yokes off, you better do it the other way, which I'll show you. Or if you've got a proper fork clamp kit, which I've got a homemade one in here, but you don't really need one. Yeah, so right, I'll knock you off, I'll set this thing up in a better position, and then we'll get a start. Right, back soon. Oh. Right, to start with, I've got my rattle gun. Now, the reason I've got my rattle gun is they turn and they're a pain in the arse to hod and undo them just with a ratchet. It can be done, like if the mudguard was on, you've got something to hod it against and it's easier to do then. I've also got an oil tray which I'll pull under here in a second, but I'm just going to loosen these two bottom bolts. Now the bolts are they're Allen heads and they're 6mm. So I'll just get this in. No, I didn't quite want to take that all the way out yet. And there you can see the fork oils coming out. I've also got a 6mm here. That's some nasty looking shit coming out of there. So I'll just let that drain a second. Fucking forks. I'll have to get an oil soak. I thought I had one kicking around. Right, I'm just going to quickly grab an oil soak because I'll have to put it underneath there where I've just spilt oil. So while that drains a little bit, another thing you can do is if I push that out, is you can actually work hell, that's nasty shit coming out of there. Yeah, as you can see, push the fork up and down, but do it slowly, because if you do it fast, by fuck does it spray everywhere. Right, and now I want to change the position of that. So hopefully that won't disappear again. And now I'll get an oil soak. I think I've just been lucky as well with this spilt oil. It landed on a fucking leaf. But never to worry. Right. So, as you can see, the oil's draining out of that leg. I'll do the same on this one, but I'll do it in a minute. What we want to be doing next is, I'll just push that out of the way. I'm going to turn these the next thing I want to do is I want to lever this dust cover off. Now if I turn that fork, I'll show you, I'll be able to zoom in on that, I think. Just loosen you up. Right, fork, zoom. Right, you can see just there. It's the same on the other fork as well, and that's just to put a little, you can use a screwdriver carefully, but you just put a little thing in there and just lever it up. I'll zoom back out and I'll do it up to the one anyways. Alter this again. So I'll get myself a decentish screwdriver, that'll do the job. And basically, you don't need to it's a bit tighter than I thought, that one. So I'll use a little bit of brass. A little bit of brass bar and a hammer, if I can find it. And I'll just tap that up, so just a bit of round bar to use as like a drift. Just sit it underneath and just tap. And as you see there, it just pops off. The next thing I want to do is will do if I can find my thing. That's rather annoying. I'll tell you what we'll do though. Just so this is up out of the way temporarily, I'm just going to make a little hook. Just a bit of welding wire. Hook it up into there. Mark where I want that. Num nuts. Bend that. Get that underneath and just fold that. Right, that just hodds up that out of the way, because what we're going to do next is lever out this. This is another dust cover. This isn't a seal as such, it's just a dust cover. I'm fucking sure I've got fucking poltergeist in here. I use some of it and then turn around and it's fucking not there. see if I can start it. I've just got a screwdriver again. See if I can lever this out. You just want to be gentle with this because not all rebuild kits come with new ones of these. So you might have to just give that a quick, because there's nothing actually wrong with that, but you might need to clean it up and reuse it, which I don't think I've got this in the rebuild kit, so obviously I'll have to reuse it. And then when you look down inside your fork, you've got a circlip. Now they are easy to get out. Just be careful not to. And all I'm doing is I'm holding that end up and I'm just sort of twisting the screwdriver around. Not putting any pressure on it or anything like that. So that's that off. And if I can, I'll just clip it onto there. Just keep it up out the way for now. So what you can do, what we've got in there now is the oil seal, and underneath the oil seal you've got the bush. Now the only way to get them off is pull them apart. So what you can do is, like, I'll just make sure that's it. Just get rid of all this. Hear that knock? Right, so what you need to do is just sharp knock it, like pull it down, and what it does is it drives the bush out and the oil seal. And there you have, if I'm clever enough here, in the bottom, I'm covered in oil here, no, spot on, in the bottom that you've got a cup. That cup is what sits in the bottom of there. That's what was all bolted into the bottom of this fork. So what you've got here now, which I'm going to lay this down on this, because I need to give that a clean in a minute. Just stick that to one side. So you've got your damper, that's your damper rod sticking out. But on what you've also got here is you've got your oil seal, your washer that goes above your, that's your seal that's in your slider, and then you've got a seal on the bottom of here, a fork seal, sorry, a seal, that's a bush out the slider, and there's a bush here as well. I don't know if you can see that spinning around, but that's what comes in the rebuild kit. You get your new bushes, you get a new oil seal. 9 times out of 10 you just reuse the washer. But the next stage is somebody's done a big no-no with this. That, on the end of my finger, is silicone. So, somebody's put silicone on the bolt to help seal that bolt up. And the silicone's actually in the forks. Fair enough, it's probably just come out of the threads, but it's a fucking no-no. Copper washers are pennies, and that's Oh, that's what I meant to say actually. I'm glad I mentioned copper washers. Just put that over the bottom there. Up inside there should be, and it doesn't look as if there is, so the last person to have these forks apart have been fucking cowboys. But if you remember when I was building this bike, let's grab a screwdriver here. If you remember when I was building this bike up, there was some fucking codge jobs done on it. No, it's not in there. Normally, oh, I might be giving someone a hard time here, and for no reason. I'll just lay this back down, cause it might be on here. Oh. No. Right, so they are getting a fucking hard time. There's a copper washer, and it's one of them crush washers. You get on the older braking systems, I mean they've got the new aluminium and rubber seals on them now, but they used to just use copper washers, and when you tighten them up it squashes the washer and seals it, and that's what you have in the bottom of these, and that's not there. So it would explain why my fucking forks weren't working properly. I've had a fucking cowboy inside them. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock you off for a minute, and I'm not going to do anything off camera. When I come back it'll be in the exact same thing. I just want to let this drip for a little while, and I'm going to have myself a quick brew while it drains. When I come back, what I'm going to do is undo this top, which is going to be easy because it's not, I mean you can actually, the fork is actually moving down there. I never tighten the top nuts, but what I'll do is I'll bring the fork so far down and I'll tighten the bottom clamp, and by doing that, what it allows you to do is the bolt, the fork screw top, it allows you to undo that while the yoke actually holds the fork. So, but you'll see what I'm on about when I come back, so I won't be long.